What up, condos? Welcome
What's
back.
going on? Back in front of the camera, and this is his first time ever
Sitting down and having a chat. Oh, he's
having a chat with everyone, and he's not happy.
He's this happy about it.
Don't squish your face for everyone. Smile. Oh,
Maybe we'll change his nappy if he peed on you. He just peed on you.
He just peed on me.
Alright, we'll change his nappy.
We'll be back in 1 second. Okay, we're back, and Georgie.
Wait, he wants to eat.
Looks
So
happy again.
Feed him in this.
Look at him.
Oh, Georgii.
Yeah. Oh no.
He's
Oh yeah,
hungry.
we're back, and we're feeling good.
Yeah.
Oh no, not again.
Feed him while we're doing this.
Baby.
No, he's hungry.
Why are you an old man? Why do you look like an old man when you're upset? He's so funny.
I just look naked.
Well, Georgie eats some food.
I'm not naked. Bravo. I'll pull up this bit so you guys.
Georgie will be with us very shortly, hopefully, throughout this video.
Oh my god.
Eyes wide open. That's kind of creepy, right?
What?
Just like eyes staring up at you while he's like...
Feeding. He's
Feeding.
looking at me.
Anyway, purpose of this video...
Oh, he just farted on me. You smell that?
No.
Georgie, don't fart on a lady.
Anyway, purpose of this video is to discuss everything about...
The birth. What happened?
Yeah, and what SAPPH experienced and what I experienced.
If it went to plan or didn't. Did I tear or didn't I tear? So you guys sent a lot of burning questions through Instagram. So we're going to go through the questions and just kind of answer them.
Here we go.
The first one was, did his birth go as you thought it would? What would you have changed? It didn't go as I planned.
Not at all.
Not at all.
Does anything ever go?
It was like the complete opposite.
Complete opposite.
Well, I would have changed, like, I didn't want an epidural, but I was in a lot of pain and I had two.
She had 2 epidurals. She didn't want any.
I didn't want any and I had 2, so I'd change.
It only had 2 because the first one didn't work properly.
First one didn't work.
It was, yeah, no way. And like all the hypnobirthing stuff and all that, yeah, all that went out the window
Wait.
real quickly.
It's falling.
I think she didn't anticipate how painful it was going to be.
Wait.
Oh. You good? You good, little homie? He's good.
Got a plan. I had to have 2 epidurals, so I didn't want one at all. I wanted to like do it all naturally. I got to 6-7 centimeters naturally, and then it was like a movie. Like I pulled Nick and I was like, "Give me the drugs."
Yeah.
Like.
And the midwife was standing behind me with like her hand on my shoulder, like waiting for me to say it. And then I looked at her, I was like, "Get the drugs, man!"
It's because he was also like twisting around the wrong way, so he was posterior for a little bit, but then he went in the right position. Yeah, the first epidural didn't work. I felt it all on one side, and I instantly regretted that because I didn't want epidural, and I was like, shit, why did I do it? Now it's not working. And then he's like, oh, we can do it again. What did he say to me? I'm in the 1 to 5% of people that it doesn't work on.
Yeah, and then when he said we need to do another one, Zaph and I just looked at each other and we were just like,
No.
fucking of course, like of course this would happen.
So I did it
really annoying.
the second time around because I'm like, well, look, I'm this far into this now. What have I got to lose, really? And it actually worked. I had like 3 hours of pain relief, but I could still move. I don't think epidural really works on me, or is really like not strong enough as the amount they gave me, because then when it came time to push, I still felt everything really painful.
In answer to the first question though, no, nothing went to plan.
Nothing went to plan, and it was a
Nothing.
long labour. I was like trying to make it
The minute her contraction
quick.
started from home,
I vomited.
She threw up.
I was like a demon.
And it wasn't like, we're going to bounce on the ball and breathe through it until we have to go to the hospital. It was like 0 to 100, let's get to the hospital now.
It went, but I did bounce on the ball at the hospital a little bit.
A little bit, but you were...
That actually helped. That
You
helped.
just didn't... Neither of us anticipated that level of pain.
And so who asked this question? Mary. A few people have asked this. Did I poo when I pushed?
Several times. Several times.
Don't put that in there. Whatever. I
It's the truth.
I
It's the
cleaned
truth.
my bowels.
Did you feel, you know, lighter? And
I probably dropped so much weight.
when was the last time you shat? Before the birth?
Like two days before.
Okay.
A day and a half before.
I would have guessed that. Casey Ray.
Mm-hmm.
The afterbirth freaks me out. Bleeding, etc. How are you handling or dealing with it?
The afterbirth always freaked me out too. I was always like, oh, I don't want to look at myself. So your stomach is a little bit creepy looking straight after. it's kind of like a deflated sack.
You're looking pretty good though.
No, like instantly after.
Oh,
it's a bit
instantly,
freaky. Like my stomach's gone like almost back to normal. Down there looks the same. Like I actually thought it was gonna look really messed up, and it doesn't. Like it just looks the same.
I think the biggest part you're struggling with
the
is
bleeding.
the pain.
Yeah, I didn't have much bleeding either. I actually didn't even lose much blood during birth. Like the midwives made a point of that, and the doctor. So it was just kind of like having a period, honestly, after birth, and now there's like barely anything there, and they say you can bleed up till 6 or several weeks, and I'm
Are you bleeding? You haven't really said anything to me.
Not really. It's like a little bit, like, you know what I mean? Like it's nothing crazy. I'm just in pain a little bit, but it's getting better.
Yeah, at the beginning she couldn't stand up or anything because...
Yeah, stitches. But we'll get to that. There's a question about that.
This one from Paige Arnold. What's your husband's reaction of your clacker?
Is that what people call it?
When he came out. I've heard someone call it a clacker like once, so that's pretty funny.
But,
came out,
well, you caught him.
Yeah, I delivered the baby, so... man, like, it's such a... I wasn't even noticing, like, her private part at all. Like, I did not even notice that.
Well,
I was
because
just
it was a giant head.
Yeah, I was completely focused on...
The head?
On the head, because it was like... Because I wanted it to be, you know, healthy and stuff, and all I could think about was him. So I wasn't really even thinking... No, I didn't even... I, like, don't even have a memory of it. I have a memory of it, obviously, because I delivered it, so when the head popped out, the head was just out, and that's it, and I was holding the head up so it wouldn't, like...
But, like, doesn't the vagina, like, kind of go away? It's just all head? It, like,
yeah, it's just a head.
Back.
Yeah, it's just a head, and then it was like this, and it was just his head. And his head wasn't breathing, his eyes weren't open or anything, because he was, like, still not breathing.
He was connected
to the placenta. So
that's what gives him his oxygen. He was breathing, just not out air yet.
Yeah, I don't know, that was crazy, but that kind of stuff doesn't upset my stomach.
What about now? How do you feel about it?
I feel good.
Yeah.
I'm not weird like that. Like, it doesn't affect me. It didn't affect me whatsoever. So the next question is Nerea Taylor.
Yeah.
What part did you struggle the most with? How do you feel about it now?
Tearing. Because I didn't want to.
Oh, she did tear. She got 2 stitches.
So it's 2nd degree because it's a little bit of muscle. If it was 1st degree, I wouldn't have needed stitches. They call it grazing. It would have just been the skin. But it went a little bit into the muscle. But it was like, my mum was in the room and she said it was like tiny. She saw where they stitched
I personally
didn't
notice the tear.
Because it was small. It was a really small tear.
But she's been in a lot of pain since.
You have a lot, but you have afterbirth pain. Like, just think about it. Like, your vagina, like, expands as big as a human head, a baby head.
There was 2 stitches, though.
Yeah.
And the doctor was like, come have a look at my beautiful work.
Yeah.
We came around and everyone was inspecting. And like...
he got my mum and
stitched up. She's like, look, it looks like a beautiful flower, he was saying. I was like, okay, bro. It looked like there was a line of where the stitch was.
But nowhere near my bum, hey?
No.
Biggest fear, I didn't want to tear from front to back. Like, that was like a massive fear. Nothing happened that I wanted to happen. Like, I teared, I had the epidural, and he was vacuumed out at the end because he was too big for me. He wasn't moving.
He wouldn't push. It wouldn't come out. But he was too far into the birth canal
for an emergency C-section.
So it had to come naturally, right? So it was intense.
I feel like it was a little bit messed up. Like, it was just like not what we wanted, but because we had prepared so much, and I think like the hypnobirthing and learning everything we did, it wasn't so traumatic, if that makes sense. Like, mentally it didn't really like traumatize us. It was just like, okay, now this is happening, what do we have to do?
Yeah, so we're just doing what we had to do.
Yeah, so it wasn't like super traumatic because I learnt so much about it before and I kind of knew my options. But he was just not moving. His heart rate never dropped either with the epidural.
Yours didn't either.
Not mine.
You guys were both sweet.
Usually your heart rate drops with epidural, especially if you need 2.
That's why everyone was so kind of relaxed and more like,
that's why they didn't want to do an emergency
what are we going to
C-section.
do now? This is what we're going to do now, and then just start. But Zap actually pushed when she wasn't supposed to. Like, it was coming, right? I think this is what actually ripped. The midwives and the doctor were saying, stop pushing. Because I think you ripped yourself. Because the head was out, I think you ripped it. Because you
went too hard.
A little bit too eager, love. Lulu193 says, I really want to do my best to try and avoid pain medication too. Can you describe the pain?
No, I don't know. Everyone's different though, because I think with mine, it was like 18 hours of active labor. So imagine feeling that contracting pain for 18 hours straight, and mine were really close together and actually strong contractions. So once they gave me the epidural, they hooked me up to a machine, because you have to be hooked up then, and they were monitoring them, and the machine was actually saying it was malfunctioning because my contractions were too strong and too close. And usually they would slow down with an epidural, or like most people have a couple minutes, but mine were like insane, just up and down. So I think because mine were so close and so strong, you can't do that without
so you're saying
medication.
if it was a shorter labour, you could have handled it?
Well, yeah, I got to like 12 hours of nothing. I had 12 hours of no pain relief, and I could do it. Like, it was hard, and you have to really like go within yourself and breathe. Like, breathing actually helps. It does help. If you don't breathe, it's more painful. Like, there'd be some where I'd get really worked up because they were that painful for me, and I wasn't breathing properly, and they'd be way worse. Whereas if I kind of like breathe through it and I relax and I just let my body do it, like, it was less painful. It was easier to get through. But
from the father's perspective, it looks so fucked up, excuse the language, but it was so intense. I've never seen Zaf in that much pain before.
It was okay.
Yeah, I'm sure you'll be fine. I'm sure you'll be fine.
Now though, it's like you get a baby and it's only like a day. But your labour might only be 5 hours. Mine was ridiculous. Like, I had everything go wrong.
I think Zaf's basically saying if it was like 5 hours, like she said, for example, she thinks she probably could have handled it. Or my contractions just weren't so close, or for that long, that period of time. Like, I feel like you can handle anything, but it depends for how long for. But like 18 hours of intense pain is a lot. You know what I mean? Yeah.
And then he decides not to come out.
Marissa Hedge, what does your tummy look like after birth?
My tummy after birth, so your skin is a little bit loose-ish. I had a bit of ab separation. I had everything happen. So my abs separated, so it's a bit like
we'll put up a photo. Zaf just posted a photo on Instagram a few days ago.
And we'll pop it up right here, what I look like.
We'll pop it up and see what it looks like before and after.
Put it in the middle.
I think you actually look pretty good.
It's going back.
You've bounced back so well. You really have.
It's going back, but I have a separation. So if you touch the middle of my stomach, it feels like jelly, which reminds me I need to book my physio appointment. I'm wearing a band to try and fuse it back together. They say like sometimes the thinner you are or the fitter you are, the more likely your abs are to separate, which that happened also. So far out, I had like everything happen.
Yeah. Guys, look, he's back and happy. Oh wait. God, it's like he knows when the camera's on him. Come on, Georgie.
Georgie. Oh.
Relax, dude. Relax. Georgie, come on.
Okay, so we're just gonna burp him for a little bit before we put him back on.
Hey.
Oh, that was a big one.
Is that what you were crying about?
Did you feel overwhelmed when you had to leave the hospital or ready to go home? Yes, it's so overwhelming because you have this person, this child that you're responsible for, and it's like, what do I do? Like, so it's pretty like scary. It's like, am I allowed to leave? Like, and they're like, yeah, just pick up your baby and walk out. That was weird, hey?
Yeah.
It's a weird
it was cool.
feeling.
No, it was cool though.
It's a good feeling, but it's overwhelming. It's tough, I reckon it is.
I mean, everyone's different.
Nick's like some baby whisperer person.
I don't know. I was ready to go. I felt good.
I was a bit scared getting in the car, but now it's fine. Now you're just used to it. But it's very different. So the next question from Kimberly, what would you recommend to a new mum that hasn't been through birthing before? I think you have to keep your options open. I do highly recommend hypnobirthing because you'll learn a lot of like relaxation techniques and you'll just get educated on the whole process. So you'll know like what a vacuum birth is or an episiotomy or like water birth. Like you'll just learn everything. So then you can make educated decisions. Like for me, I wanted it to be completely natural, but you know, in my circumstances, he wasn't coming out. He was stuck in the birth canal. So, you know, that could be really dangerous. Like it could end in an emergency C-section, but because he was too far down, I had to vacuum him out. So I needed medical intervention. So sometimes you need it. You don't always need it. So it's just good to know like the pros and cons of everything.
Just
so you're not overwhelmed. If
don't be so set on your plan if you have one.
But I don't think we were super set.
We weren't. Zaf and I are really easygoing people, so like
I wasn't super set. I just really didn't want to have an epidural because I was terrified of a needle in my back. I had a fear of it, but to be honest, it didn't even really work that well on me. Like I still felt everything. So it worked for those 3 hours.
You were a different human being.
Yeah, that was a good break.
With and without.
I had a 3-hour break with it, which was awesome because after those 12 hours, I wasn't even eating. So like, I had dinner the night before, and my next meal wasn't till dinner the next day because I was birthing that whole time. So it was pretty full on. Go in with an open mind. Try your hardest to do what you can yourself. I don't even think, don't have any plan. Just go in there and try and do your thing. You'll know what to do. Like your instincts kick in. I think the biggest thing is be educated. Yeah, you have to be educated. You need to know. So you know what everyone's saying and what everyone's talking about. Next. This is a funny one actually. So she goes, my mum always told me it's like a blowtorch at your vagina. Was she lying? No. She wasn't lying, but everyone feels pain differently. Like I've spoken to so many people that like their babies legit fell out and they felt nothing, and then some people are like it's the worst experience ever. I think it's a beautiful experience. Like during the moment you're in pain. Yeah, real beautiful. It is, no. It is. Like you survive it. Like, you know, I don't know how people survived it years ago though. It's intense, like I'm not gonna lie, it's an intense thing. But everyone feels pain differently, and sometimes like it depends on the position of the baby as well. Like he was the wrong weight for a lot of mine and he kept moving, and that makes it more painful. So it's just like little things like that. You don't know how it's gonna go or how quick the baby's gonna come out. Yeah. So Eloise, how long does it take to deflate? Again, I think everyone's different. They like say 6 weeks of recovery, which I think it will take about 6 weeks before you're completely normal again. But my stomach really has gone down a lot within the 2-week period. Under that, like within 10 days. Breastfeeding helps with that. Breastfeeding helps because like your uterus contracts back and moves down, and that's what takes so long. That's why your stomach will take a while, because it's got to like come down back into position, which like it took 9 months to get all the way out there. So you can't like look great in a day. Everyone's different. It's really hard to tell, but for me, I'm basically a size 6 again. I'm not as fit, like I'm not toned and all that, but like I fit. I need to weigh myself. I've noticeably lost weight. Do I miss the bump? I'd rather have a baby. Yeah. I know a lot of people say they miss their bump. To be honest, I don't. I found it very uncomfortable being pregnant. Like I never complained about it. I can't believe it feels weird that you. I know. Pregnant. I found it really uncomfortable, so I prefer to have a baby. But some people love being pregnant. I mean, it's a cool experience. Like it's amazing when you feel their kicks and stuff. But yeah, I think I prefer after. Hey. Aww. Hey. He's trying to move his head. Were you scared of the epidural? Did it hurt? Yes, I was terrified. That's why I did like hypnobirthing and all these other things, because I was trying everything in my power not to get it. That was like the one thing, that and tearing were the 2 things I was terrified of, and they happened. And I needed a second epidural. Like I was in the 1 to 5% of people that it doesn't work on. Like what the F? Like didn't want an epidural, didn't want to tear, got 2 epidurals and tore. It's so funny. I was like, okay, fine. If I do tear, I hope it's like 1st degree and I don't need stitches. And it was 2nd degree. So I don't know. Yeah, it's just the way it is. Shit happens. Kay asked me, this might be a silly question, but I'm pregnant, first child, and I can't stop thinking about what you're supposed to wear to hospital when you're in labour. You can wear whatever you like. So I had the t-shirt dress on in a sports bra. So I've had a place, she's like, I want to wear this when we go to the hospital, okay Nick? I was like, sure, we'll have this ready. And then when like, shit started going down and she started feeling pain, she was like, fuck the dress! She's like, I don't want that dress, I don't want this. And then like, it just went crazy. You don't care what you're wearing, trust me. You don't care. No, if you get an epidural, you have to wear a hospital gown. Yeah, you're going to get put in a hospital gown anyway. Well, no, not if and then there was blood all over that. And then you're going to have some bloody dress on. But the blood wasn't from down there. It was because the guy that put in the epidural, when he was putting the drip in me, effed it up and got blood all over me. That should have been the first sign that he was shit at putting in an epidural when he couldn't even do the bloody drip. You know, when I saw that happen,
Me too. I was like,
oh my
please,
god,
I
he's gonna paralyze me. That's what I was thinking.
I was like, I hope Zaf hasn't noticed this.
I did notice. I had to block it out because I'm like, he's gonna paralyze me.
I don't recall any blood, but when the baby fully came out and all the fluid came out, gushed, like I got shit all over my shoes.
You need to clean those shoes.
You need to clean them.
I didn't really bleed.
Can you wash my shoes for me, please?
Fine, I'll wash them. How did you both stay so calm? We actually were really calm. I was calm considering
looking back
everything. Like I couldn't handle the pain, so I was like shit, and that was a bit upsetting. But I still stayed calm. I was like, you know what?
Very calm.
If I need to have medicine, like the drugs, I will. Medicine, whatever, pain relief.
I think that's our personalities too. We just knew that this was the process, and there's no point in freaking out.
Yeah, we were very.
You can't freak out. You just can't.
I was even calm with the blood spilling all over me the two epidurals.
I was actually surprised.
I was really calm about it.
But I think both of us were like, no, we just want to get to the other side.
I was in so much pain, I didn't care at that point.
Let's do what we have to do to get to the other side. There's no point in complaining about anything. Let's just get there.
Yeah.
And
so
we'll
it's fine.
Yeah, and it's a mindset. It's just a mindset.
A really sweet one from Nick. She says, how are you doing? Everyone asks about how Bub is, but never how the mum is coping with the change. I feel good. It's like a big change. You don't sleep anymore. Well, you definitely don't sleep. We swapped sides, so I was sleeping next to Georgie. Because of my separation and being sore down there with the stitches, I'm like really slow to get up, and he's quite heavy. So Nick now sleeps next to him so he can pass him to me.
Because I was having to get up every 2 seconds, like literally
walk around
out of bed, walk around, up, back. But like the first night we were here, we didn't. I reckon we got probably 30 minutes sleep the first night.
Yeah, but he was getting used to this environment as well. So it's all good now though. Like I like our system because feeding takes a lot out of you. It exhausts you. So I take care of that at night, and Nick will burp him and change him throughout the night. So that really works well for us, because if it was all on me, it would be very hard. Like to the mums that do it all by themselves, I don't know how you do it. It's amazing.
Yeah, I don't know how you guys would do it.
Yeah, it's
like
tough.
Single mums out there, God. Freaking power to you, because that's really difficult. That's
full on, and it's every hour or 2 hours. He's getting better now. Last night was every 3, so we'll see what tonight brings. What's he doing now?
He's asleep.
He's so funny.
He's out cold.
Look
at his arms. It's like just dead weight. Oh, you woke him up.
From the whole pregnancy to giving birth, what hurt the most, Vanessa? Giving birth?
What were the contractions like compared to the actual?
Oh, actually, you know
what's more painful? I feel like you think the contractions are more painful.
They are more painful. The actual, the bit where he comes out, it's actually, I'd take that any day.
Wait, you had an epidural though?
Yeah, I did, but I could feel it.
So you
but
can't
I was
really
a little bit
comment.
numb.
You can't really comment.
But it burned.
She had an epidural and didn't feel what it actually would have felt like.
I felt like a version of it, because I wasn't numb, which was good because I could push and stuff. So that was good, but yeah, it was a little bit numb. It wasn't normal pain.
Or reactions and how you acted during contractions compared to...
But I was saying I was going to die at the end.
I'm going to die!
I was actually saying that. So
you're not going to die. Heart rates were all perfect and everything. It was I just can't. I'm just going to die. I'm going to die.
I had 2 hours of pushing.
Yeah,
that's a lot, and I was going hard. I don't know why they got me going so hard at the beginning if it was going to be 2 hours.
So you were 10 centimeters dilated. It was time to go. To start pushing.
But for 2 hours? Why did you take forever? So long.
Don't touch it.
Fata, I love this. Look at your chubby. Chubby. Yeah, I still think contractions are worse. So would you go for epidural again, or just go for it without? I'm going to try and do what I wanted to do the first time, the second time round, because apparently it's quicker. Long jokes, it's 20 something hours. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to have my TENS machine. I'm probably not going to work as much and do as much crazy stuff as I did leading up to it, because I felt like I exhausted myself. So mentally, I don't think I was in the right frame of mind to have a completely natural birth, to be honest. And I think I wasn't set up from the beginning in that sense, because I'd been working like crazy. The stress I had was unbelievable. So I think next time round, I'm going to make sure that I have none of that going on, so that I can focus on it and do a lot more meditations and stuff like that would have really helped had I had more time to prepare, in a sense. Like, because all I was doing was focusing on work, and I don't think that helped. Definitely have a TENS machine, and hopefully because my body's done it once before, it'll be quicker and maybe I'll be used to it in a way. But I'm gonna try do it with nothing the second time round. But if I need it, I will definitely take it. You think I'm gonna take it again? Yeah, I probably will. Hayley, do you and Nick plan on having any more kids? I like one more.
Zaf was like, I'm having 4 kids. It's going to be the best. Like, we'll see. Because I knew. Not that I know what childbirth is like, I just know what she's like. And if she feels like pain like that, it's just not going to happen.
I definitely want more.
And then right at the end, she's like, screw this, we're having a single child. It's not gonna happen.
No siblings. Sorry, nah. No, I want more kids. I definitely will have a second one. If it's a girl, I don't know if I would have a third. I always wanted 3 though. I don't know that now.
I was a family of 3, and so I'm gonna have 3 kids. Next minute, 1 kid.
No, I'm gonna wait and see, because as I'm getting better, I'm forgetting a lot of the childbirth. Have you noticed that?
Yeah.
Like I'm forgetting, and I'm like saying things like I used to say.
Yeah. Morning you literally said, like, I'm not doing this again.
Excuse me, I'm a breastfeeding champion.
I know you are.
He eats a lot.
There's a lot of milk in those.
Do you think you'll breastfeed for a few months or no? Well, yes. I'm gonna do minimum 3 months because I think that's a good amount of time.
Yeah, it is. Literally about like 2.5 hours ago. Screw this, he's getting formula.
No, I won't though. I'm gonna stick
She's
it
all
out.
talk. She says it like in the moment, and then she won't do it.
Wait, you don't think I'll breastfeed him?
No, I'm saying you won't. You'll keep doing it.
Yeah.
It's just like the minute she's feeling pain,
I hate
it's
pain.
like
I want to tap out.
She runs. She taps out. But then it stops, and she's like, I can do this. And when it's happening again, she's like,
right side hurts more than the left. I don't know why. It just does. But once he's on, it's fine. But I will breastfeed like minimum 3 months. I said I wanted to aim for 6, so we'll see. We'll just see how he goes. Like I have like lots of milk. He eats a lot. What, you don't think I'm going to do 6 months, do you?
I think you will actually, no.
Stop being mean.
No, I think, no, you're just going to complain the whole time. But you will 100% do 6 months.
Yeah, I'm not going any longer than February though. I'm tapping out in February.
One thing you need to know about Zaf. She is literally the toughest chick you'll ever meet. But she complains the whole time.
It depends how I go expressing, because if I want to go somewhere like for an hour or 2 and I can't take him with me, and that makes it difficult. So I haven't expressed yet. I want to wait and see how that goes. But if I can express fine and breastfeeding's going as it is now, I probably will last 6 months. But yeah, between 3 and 6 months I want to aim for. Brooke, did hypnobirthing help at all? It actually did. I learnt a lot in hypnobirthing, and I used the when they sent us up to that room for me to dilate more, because I was only 2 centimeters when we first got to the hospital, but I had crazy contractions that they decided to keep me, because they won't keep you unless you're 4. So they've sent us up to a room, and I put on this meditation called Baby Come Out or something. And that meditation that we had on, that's when I dilated the most.
I can't believe, yeah, you went from 2 to 4.
Yeah, but that was a lot, like, for a short time.
Yeah, I didn't think you were going to
I actually think it was that meditation. Like, I think that helped. So I had the TENS machine on.
At the time, I didn't believe it was happening. When she came in, when she did it and you didn't know, she looked at me and she goes like this. She whispered to me, she goes...
She did it?
No, you didn't know, you just didn't have the answer. And you were just sitting there. And then she looked at me, she's like, it's 4 centimeters. And she's like, it's time to go. And I was like...
Why did she whisper?
Oh my God. Just to not, start freaking you out.
I did see whispers.
Yeah.
I thought, I wasn't. That's what I thought that was.
No, you were 4.
It helped. So hypnobirthing, I think, helped. I learned a lot about it. Breathing, I learned a lot about breathing. Helped me get me through the first 12 hours with no pain relief, because that was hard. I think if I didn't learn any of that stuff, I would have asked for the epidural, as soon as I got there. Nick learned a lot as well.
I learned so much. So much.
Yeah, it's definitely something that I would do for my first pregnancy. Like, if you're kind of going in there and you are a little bit scared of childbirth, I'd 100% do the hypnobirthing, because you'll go in being confident. Like, that's one thing that we both had. We went in with confidence because of everything that we learnt, and we knew like natural techniques that would help, as well as obviously there's pain relief.
Yeah, that helped us keep calm.
It did.
I think
calm.
that was like a big thing that kept us calm.
It was a very calm birth. Like, it wasn't like hectic. I think it was calm.
It was so calm. Considering
like all the stuff that was going wrong, I think it was calm, and I think that's because of the hypnobirthing. So I would highly recommend it. Do we have private health insurance? If so, was it worth it or not? Yes, we do. We were at the Mater Private Mothers Hospital. 100% worth it. I think private health insurance is something that you should definitely have.
We got to stay for 5 days.
You can even stay longer
like
if you want.
24-hour like room service.
There was room service. That was the best. I ordered steaks all the time.
Yeah, and they were just midwives on call like at all hours, and every single midwife at the mothers was so amazing, and they came in, they were just so good. Like, I can't speak of them highly enough, and that's only with private care, like private health. I think public, I'm not really sure what it's like going public, but
so I think you have to leave that day.
You have to leave. And like, if we didn't have that 5 days to like
we needed it. Well,
everything.
because I had a vacuum birth in the end, and I had stitches and like my separation with my stomach. No, I was actually like quite sore. I couldn't move, so I needed
have those
to be in
days,
hospital.
even just to just learn.
Yeah.
Like, how do you learn when you just throw yourself back into your home environment? You just that would be really hard. That would be really tough.
Yeah, no, 100%. I loved. Okay, so this is another question. What things are a must need for the hospital bag? Just the must need things are clothes for him. Your babies, you need singlets and lots of onesies because they will dirty themselves. Wraps, clothes for yourself, maternity pads, because the hospital don't really have them. They always make up random ones to put on you, like with stuff. But nappies you don't need, or wipes, because the hospital will provide that. This is like clothes if you want your own soap, things like that. He needs lots of change of clothes for the baby,
because he just goes to the toilet everywhere.
Comfortable clothes for you, and things that are easy to breastfeed with. So like wraparound dresses, or like a strapless one like this that you can just pull down, because you don't want to be wearing a t-shirt and having to lift it up, or like a t-shirt dress. So just easy access to your boobs clothes. How's my recovery been after I tore? It's been pretty alright. Like, I was sore for like the first probably 2 weeks. Today is, day 13 actually, and I'm feeling the best I've felt. It's really scary going to the toilet for the first time.
A lot of Movicol, which is like a laxative.
You're just scared to to mess with anything down there, because like you're stitched and you can feel it.
Well, you can rip. You can rip.
Yeah.
So you can't just go to the toilet and start pushing again.
No, you can't. But you have to just be very calm and relaxed. So like the first time you pee, the first time you poo, it's all like you're scared. But then once you do it, you feel fine, and then it's back to normal.
Today's the best you felt.
Yeah, I'm not that sore.
Did you have any Voltaren or anything? Panadol?
No, I haven't had anything yet.
The pain is the worst.
It's just the healing of the stitches, and because you're sitting so much, and I think like because you're putting pressure on your perineum, and that's why. What was it like to have your baby vacuumed out? I don't really know. I was like screaming. So
what a vacuum is, it's not like a vacuum cleaner. It's like a little suction cup about this big. Only big enough for his head, right? So he goes on like the head like that, like a little circle, and there's a little string thing attached to it. Hey.
Your baby.
There's a little string thing attached to it, and then like a little hand pump. And as you squeeze it, it like creates a suction more on his head, and then like it literally sounds like a suction cup going and then they start pulling once it's got enough suction, and so they pull the same time SAPPH pushes and has a contraction, and that was really intense. I'm not gonna lie, watching that was really freaky, because I was like come on SAPPH, you need to push this thing out, because we don't want to hurt his head too much. But
his head's fine. Like he barely had a mark.
You can't even tell. Like, there's nothing on his head.
And his shape's fine.
There's nothing on his head at all. Look at him now. He's finally asleep. And look, his face isn't scrunched up. All upset. Yes, Georgii.
Oh, we love you.
Yes, Georgie.
I really didn't want to have a vacuum when they started saying it in the. That's probably the only time I started freaking out. Yeah. Didn't I look like I was freaking out?
You were like, I knew you were upset about it, but you didn't really freak out.
Oh, I was freaking out, but I don't really like voice it. Maybe.
I was just like, come on, Zafie, you can do this. We're just gonna get this out. You know what? He probably had like 5 pulls. Like
really?
the doctor pulled him about 5 times, and then
really 5? That many?
Yeah. And it was freaky because they like pull. You know, it's like he's straining a bit too. So the doctor's like, you know, when you strain and pull something, you start shaking. Like it was like that. It freaked me out. It did.
Oh no!
And then I was like, come on, get him out, get him out.
Yeah, it's too big for me almost. That's like he just was stuck. Like
This part is
I was
actually
pushing.
when his head came out and when I was delivering him, you see the round suction mark. It's literally like, you know what? You know when you have a button, it's like the surface and then the button pops out and you can push the button. It was like that.
Oh, so it like pops up.
Yeah, it was like a round pop up.
But it went down. I didn't even see that because when he.
And I saw it was red, raw, and then it was like a round pop up where the suction was pulled, and I was like, oh
wow.
my god. I was like, I didn't know, but it just vanished.
Yeah, because when they put him on me, like I saw a little bit of a mark, but it wasn't like a perfectly round circle. Like it had already gone down. So he was a really good doctor.
Yeah.
You just got to do what you got to do. Like I didn't want to have that happen, but like he was stuck, and I guess having a vacuum is better than an emergency C-section. Because can you imagine after like 2 hours of pushing and then them having to like cut you?
Oh, Georgie.
But that's all the questions, guys. So yeah, birth is never going to go the way you want it to go, and I think you just need to go with the flow. Do as much education as you can. So do hypnobirthing, read books. I think just calm birthing, meditate, be positive. It's really important to go in with a positive mindset because it is challenging and it'll be probably one of the craziest things you ever do in your life. But yeah, I think all births are amazing, and like don't feel bad if you need to have the epidural. Like I didn't want to have it and I felt so bad. I was like, no, I was like saying
you don't
sorry.
feel bad. Don't feel bad. I don't know why you said sorry.
I think I was just like upset because like in my mind when I say I'm going to do something, I usually do it, and then if I can't do it, I get annoyed. It's like my
If you haven't
it's my
seen
personality.
our vlog, if you've seen our labour vlog, you'll see Jaf says sorry to me when she gets the epidural, and I was like, go watch it. Go watch it.
Got him in the end.
Yeah, Georgie.
Lift up his head. Stand up. Oh, Georgie.
Hello, baby.
Oh,
he is just so cute.
so beautiful. Do I look like him?
Yeah, you do. You do
What's
look
he
like
doing?
him. He's just totally asleep. Oh, you're trying to...
So we're going to wrap up today's video. If you have any other questions about the birth, well, let us know and we'll discuss it.
Just comment and we'll answer it in the comments.
He smells so good.
Alright.
Post notification shout outs.
Oh.
So we're just going to do one post notification shout out today, and this person commented on Georgie's Instagram photo, Esther56Beauty1. So how are you going, Esther? Thank you so much for watching our videos, and we hope you have a lovely day today. I don't know what to say.
Georgie says hello too, Esther.
Georgie says hello too.
Hello. He saw you comment on his profile.
So he wanted to make sure that he gave you a shout out.
Yeah.
And comment below any videos that you want to see from us with Georgie. Like, we're open to anything.
Give us some ideas.
Yeah, give us some blog ideas. We're going to try do it like every day again, but it'll probably be every second day realistically with the newborn.
We need suggestions though.
Yeah, so give us
Help us out.
suggestions. Before you guys go, make sure you give this video a thumbs up, hit that bell button and subscribe to our channel, and comment down in the comments below. And you can also hashtag the condos on either of our Instagram accounts or below for a shout out. It's like extra points if you do that. And we'll see you here next time. Catch you later, condos.
Catch ya.
Bye.